This is the Louie T Network.
See, first come the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then my team was 6-10, and we ain't smell a playoffs. Yeah, I seen the Super Bowl, but I heard they just play balls. A lot of teams had injuries. Sam Bradford had to take off. Go hard in the offseason, but you don't know the half. Before you know, we gon' look up, and we ready for the draft. They dressed up in that suit top, and I don't know how to act. They waiting, so patient, so they can put on that hat. Who else could it be? Yeah, but your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks you where you at, you tell her you in the lab room. Who else could it be? Who? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks where you was at, you can tell her you was in the lab room. Yeah.
Me, your me. Louie T, welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 5 in the National Football League, Thursday Night Football. Houston Texans at home taking on the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of mixed emotions here for me because I picked the Indianapolis Colts to win this football game. And before the game even gets started, I'm scatterbrained because I assumed when I picked the Colts that number 12 was going to be under center. That was the indication that I got from last week's decision to start Hasselbeck was made with the intent on 12 being ready for Thursday Night Football. Quick turnaround. It all made sense to me. I'm hearing reports. Andrew Luck should be ready. They've talked to him. He sounds like he's going to play. And then I hear, doesn't look good for Andrew Luck playing tonight. And I said, wait a minute. That's not what you told me. They said, hey, still got Matthew Hasselbeck. I said, yeah. I thought he was done in the preseason. He didn't look good to me. Didn't look all that great against Jacksonville last week either. They should have lost that game. Then they tell me, hey, you might not even have Matthew Hasselbeck. That man's been sick all week. He was in the hospital last night. He's been out of practice all week, man. Flu-like symptoms. I don't know what you're getting out of him. You might have to start Josh Johnson. What? So, of course, I'm nervous now. I picked the Colts. You're telling me that Josh Johnson, the guy that they just got off the street 2 days ago, might have to start this game? You gotta be kidding me. Luckily, cooler heads prevailed. Matthew Hasselbeck was able to suit up. No Andrew Luck, but hey, I'll take Matthew Hasselbeck over the alternative. And so, the Texans, if you're the Texans, you should have been, the minute you found out Andrew Luck wasn't playing, you should have been licking your chops. This is a Colts offensive line that has been much maligned. They have not done a great job run blocking. They haven't done a good job pass blocking. This has been a team that should have easily been 0-4 right now. The Titans had these guys on the ropes, let them off the hook. The Jacksonville Jaguars had these boys on the ropes and let them off the hook. You have an opportunity to win this game, and guess what? You're tied for first place in this division. So, if you're the Texans, even though this has been a very rough start to the season, you still have a shot to turn your season around. You're giving Ryan Mallett the football in this game. And this is, you know what I realized tonight, and I didn't realize this before, this Texans team, not very smart. Not very smart. Okay, rule number 1, okay, and I'm talking to Ryan Mallett right now. Rule numero uno. If you're in a quarterback controversy and you take a shot during the game, don't take yourself out. Under no circumstances do you take yourself out in a game in which you can get up to your feet, you can walk, you can be coherent, you know what's going on, you don't take yourself out of the game. Under no circumstances, when there is a controversy, do you volunteer to come out of the game because you feel a little hurt. Hell, they could have called a passing play. If I can get up and I can walk and I can talk, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the huddle. I'm going to call that passing play. I'm going to get to the line of scrimmage. I'm going to check to a run. I'm going to hand that goddamn football off because I'm staying in this game and I'm not coming out. They asked me why I did it. Hey, I thought I had a good run look, and that's what we're going to run with. And we're going to move on. I'm not coming out of the game. He came out of the game, and then he's like, a couple plays later, hey coach, Hoyer just completed a couple passes. He looks pretty good. I'm ready to go back in now. I've got my helmet on. I'm ready to go, coach. Hey, go sit your ass down on the bench. He's playing really well right now. Let's see what happens here. They go down and get their first points of the game, and all of a sudden, you're not going back in the game. You'll learn. No, you won't, because you won't get many more opportunities to be a starter in this league. Hopefully, other people out there are taking notes. If you're in a controversy of any kind, don't take yourself out of the game, especially at a position like quarterback. The Texans had opportunities in this game, even though they were down 13-3 right before the half. What are you doing, Indianapolis? I mean, really, Greg Toller literally went down and took out about 4 teammates and stopped them from actually making a play on a Hail Mary, which was caught by Jalen Strong. And we all remember the Jail Mary play from when he was at ASU at Arizona State versus USC, and they actually showed the clip during the telecast of the Jail Mary. And I can't believe they let him catch that football. I mean, at that time when that happened, I said, you're going to lose the game now. I mean, that's the kind of nonsense you do when you want to lose a football game. And I'm thinking to myself, you really going to screw me here? You're going to lose this game? I mean, seriously. Again, I keep telling myself, there's no one else in this division. It doesn't matter how bad the Colts want to lose. There's nobody else in this division that wants this thing. So, by default, the Colts are going to win this division. Even though, if they were in any other division in the league, they probably would be 0-4 right now. Possibly 0-5 after this game. But because it's the AFC South, you can make a mistake like this, give up a Hail Mary right before halftime, come out in the second half, put together a masterful drive, started with a Griff Whalen 50-yard kickoff return that gets you great field position. Then you go play action fake bootleg and throw it to Dwayne Allen, who gets you another 32. Then you give it to Andre Johnson, the one and only DRE. He's back to being the one and only DRE, even if it's only for one night. He's back. Big night, 6 catches, 80 some odd yards, and 2 touchdowns. He had a huge coming back to Houston party, and he showed up big in this football game. So did Frank Gore. A lot of the guys that they went out and got that we thought were done. And I thought that Frank Gore, of all the guys that they went out and got in the free agency period in the offseason that were veterans, Todd Herman, Trent Cole, Frank Gore, and Andre Johnson, of all those guys, I thought Frank Gore was the one guy that they probably got that had some mileage still left in the gas tank. But Dre showed up tonight, got some good contributions from a lot of these veterans, and they made a big thing about how all the points had been scored by players that were 32 years of age or older in this game. So Colts, the oldest team in the league, you can see it, but they went out and got it done tonight. That was a huge possession after the second half got underway to go down and get that touchdown that you gave up right before halftime back. That was a huge possession for the Colts. They go down, get a touchdown, and extend the lead back out to 10. Hoyer playing pretty good. Billy Ho, I thought he went out and gave them a shot, but I said this before the season started. And this goes for any team with a journeyman at quarterback. The Browns, the Jets. It doesn't matter. You can't win consistently in this league with a journeyman quarterback. You can't win with Billy Ho at quarterback. Ryan Mallett isn't much better. When you've got a quarterbacking situation that looks anything remotely close to what the Texans are switching quarterbacks mid-game. You can't win like that in this league. You're not going to win if you're the Jets with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That thing's going to fall apart eventually. Not going to win if you're Cleveland with Josh McCown at quarterback. You can't do that in this league and expect to win and have serious gains and returns come back to your football team when you put an investment at the position that is the most important on the field like that. That's the kind of returns you got to expect a loss. And when the game was on the line in the balance, Billy Ho makes his worst decision, worst throw of the night, throws a punt right to the safety for an interception. And this Texans team, not smart. I talked about that earlier, that you can't do stupid things. 13 penalties over a buck and some change in penalty yardage. You got Kareem Jackson pushing Dwayne Allen. Did he have a step in the end zone? Sure he did. Was he going to catch that ball in bounds? No, but he chucked him in the back anyway before the ball even got there. Pass interference in the end zone, sets them up with an opportunity to score a touchdown, and that's what they did as the one and only DRE gets in the end zone for the second time of the night and really puts this game out of reach, up by 10, 2-score possession. If they don't do that, I don't think the Colts get in the end zone. They're going to have to settle for a field goal, and a touchdown still wins you the football game. You're driving down to try to cut this thing. As a matter of fact, get a field goal to cut it to 7. Now all you need is a touchdown to tie this game back up and give you a chance to maybe send it to overtime and steal this thing. And D-Hop picks up about 32 on a play, or 15 or 17 or 25. Let's go with 25. Sounds like a great number. Picks up 25, and because he didn't like how the Colt defender kind of slung him out of bounds, he throws the football at him right in front of the coach, right in front of the official, gets a 15-yard flag for his troubles. And that pretty much killed that whole possession. You had momentum. You were in Colts territory. That takes you back into Texans territory. And they really never were the same after that penalty on that drive. And you saw head coach Bill O'Brien screaming, "Why did you do that?" And that's what happens when you have an undisciplined football team that's not very smart. Your end result is 27-20. Indianapolis Colts getting it done. What a throw by Matthew Hasselbeck with the game on the line, 3rd down. If they don't get this, they don't complete this, not only do they have to punt the football, they lead the Texans with the timeout, and they're probably going to have solid field position. He throws it up to T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. goes up and makes a catch on the. This was a beautifully thrown, the best ball of the night. And he threw a gorgeous dime to Andre Johnson earlier in the football game, but that was the throw of the game. Game on the line, pressure packed throw, 3rd and like 6, and that's what you decide to do? That's big boy football, and Matt Hasselbeck, he proved me wrong tonight. I didn't think he had this type of performance on the road, in the division, on the brightest stage, the national stage, Thursday Night Football. I didn't think he had this in him, and he makes a throw like that to seal this one up. 27-20. Colts get it done on the road, go to 3-2 on the season, drop the Texans to 1-4, and for all intents and purposes, they're done, but they've been done. No one really gave them an opportunity, but again, with a win tonight, they would have been tied for first place at 2-3 on the season, but this pretty much puts them where they're going to be all season long, fighting to stay out of the cellar in this horrible, horrid AFC South division. That's going to do it for me here on the Thursday Night Breakdown. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything National Football League. See you in a bit.
There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie T, be sure to follow me on Twitter at InTheLabRoom, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.